Hello everyone and welcome to the void between reality and the land of heckin' nerds. My name is Brian aka He of the Void, and today we're going to be taking a look at another Beastbox, in particular the Beastbox 29 Bloodstone. And yeah, this is a really cool figure. I think it's really kind of amazing that 5-2 Toys can squeeze all of these different kind of animals and creatures and, you know, sometimes robots out of a box. Because that's the alt mode for all of these figures, is a box. And I think it's really cool to see what can hatch out of those boxes. And this guy is just really cool. First of all, you cannot go wrong with basic red and black. Anyone that says it is just for edgelords is objectively wrong. And yeah, I like the painting, and I especially like the translucent red. So there are two versions of this figure. Bloodstone, obviously, and then there is a sort of a gray and blue version called Sub-Zero. And obviously you can tell it's supposed to be Godzilla, right? It's supposed to be a robotic Godzilla, not a mecha Godzilla, but a robot Godzilla nonetheless. This parts do like to kind of flip in. And I am happy to report that none of the ball joints or anything really important is made out of translucent plastic. Thank you, 5-2 Toys. Thank you for not subjecting us to the scourge that is ball joints and hinges made out of translucent plastic. You have no idea how happy that makes me. So yeah, he just, with this red and black and the translucent parts, especially when they catch the light, he just radiates evil. He is evil. Evil, I tell you. And he actually does come with an accessory, unlike some of the other Beastbox figures. You can open his mouth, and you've got this little translucent atomic breath part sort of thing. Jobby Mahone is screaming because this is on a $30 Beastbox figure, and his $100 Godzilla SH Monster Arts don't have atomic breath parts anymore. Yeah. This has something that a $200 figure sometimes doesn't come with. $100 to $200. And you don't even get one of these, but you do with a Beastbox. So 5-2 Toys, you're better than Bandai in some regards. But yeah, that looks really cool. And because of how posable his neck is, or how far it goes back, you can do the sort of Godzilla in the movie posters breathing his atomic breath up into the air, which I think looks really cool. And believe it or not, he does have some posability. He's got ball joints on his shoulders, on the little dinosaur arms, and on the legs, and those will also come into play for transformation. His tail does kind of wag a little bit, and his body wags a little bit. And if you position him right, you can get him sort of in a running pose. If you get him just right and just kind of pull that down, you can kind of get him in a running pose, like he's charging at someone. And before we get into transformation, we will go ahead and check out the included art card, which is sick. The art on this is sick. And we will see, does he pass the does it go as hard as Haran test, the bio? It is a pretty good bio, but not as hard as Haran is. As you can see, he is dumb as a rock. He is not a speedy boy. He's got a lot of courage, though. He's very strong, and he's got a tough skin. So we will read the description. Two giants are in a standoff situation in the ruin. Bloodstone feels unprecedented threat as he faces the rival in front of him. He decides to take the initiative by taking down the enemy in one decisive blow. Shortly after, he gathers all of his energy to fire to his mouth, and with a deafening roar, red bolts of lightning surges forward. That's pretty hardcore. I will give it. Not as hardcore as Haran's bio, but still pretty hardcore. So let's go ahead and get into transformation. And it's pretty straightforward. And by the way, I scoured YouTube looking for a video of the transformation of either this or Sub-Zero. No one really had one. So I had to rely on the instructions, which actually weren't that bad in this case. The instructions seem pretty good. So yeah, for all of those look like me with ADHD who are visual learners, you're welcome. So first things first, we're just going to come back here. We're going to fold in all of his spines, and we're going to open this panel on his back. And sometimes it helps if you use the little atomic breath as a part separator. And let's fold in all of his spines like so, and just snap that back. Then we're going to separate these parts, and we're going to come here, we're going to open this panel, and we're going to fold over where the spikes were. A little easier said than done sometimes because of the lack of clearance. I do wish these panels came out a little farther, but oh well. Then we're going to come to the chest. We're going to take, or come to the front, take his arms. We're going to come down and we're going to flip his little hand, and we're going to collapse this fully against the arm. And there's a little peg here, and there's going to be a little tab on his arm. And we're just going to slot that onto his chest. And we do the same with the other one. Flip around the fist or the hand, collapse it all the way in. And then we're just going to peg that. Fist likes to flop around sometimes. And we'll just peg that into place so that they are flush against the chest. Then we're going to come up to the neck. Fold these down so you can kind of get clearance. And just pull out. Make sure these are out because they won't give you as much clearance. Forgot about that. We're going to pull these side pieces out and just flip them forward like this. Then we're going to disconnect his neck from the chest or the front assembly. Ooh, and pop his head off too. That wasn't supposed to happen. Come on. There we go. So we're going to fold in the head. Oh, first, actually, we're going to fold this chest piece all the way out. So you'll see, here, I think I did that off camera. Let me do that again. You'll see this little track here. You're just going to fold that all the way out. And then you're going to flip the head down, and you're going to push it all the way down until this piece here is completely flush. And you should hear a little bit of a snap. So I'll do that again. And you should hear a snap. Then you're just going to fold these two red pieces down. There's a peg here, and there's a peg hole there. So you're going to snap the chest, and you should hear a snap. Make sure that you've got it flush, or you got it correctly transformed when this little piece here is all the way down against the body. Then we're going to collapse that back and peg that in. Next, we're going to come down to the legs. Going to fold that front foot all the way back, and then you're going to swing the legs in, and there's a little peg here, and there'll be a peg hole on, I don't know how well you can see that, so peg there, and peg hole there, and you're just going to slot that in. You might need to feel around a little bit just to get that in. There you go. And then we do the other side. And just make sure the legs are nice and collapsed. Then you're going to fold these two pieces over like such. Next, you're going to come back to the tail. You're going to pull the tail all the way out. Split the tail. Then you're going to take this piece, peg here, peg hole right there, and just slide that in so that it's flush. Do the same on the other side. And then you're going to bring this piece, make sure it's all the way out, then just flip that. Okay, why don't, there you go. Then flip these pieces forward, and there's a peg hole, or peg here, and a peg hole there, and just slot that into place. Do the same on the other side, and then to lock everything in, you're just going to take these two panels and fold them down like such. And there you go. There is Bloodstone in his box mode. I like this box mode. I do. Again, it has that radiating evil that comes off of it. This feels very much like a mech that a villain would use. And of course, we can bring in his box charger and just slot him right in. And then we can bring in the other boys. And he can either go on the bottom, we can go up top, or he can peg in on the side, like so. So yeah, again, it's amazing to see what they can get out of the box out of such a basic shape, and it's cool that you can put them in their little box chargers and stack them all over the place. I have seen people make entire towers out of these things. The one thing that I kind of don't like is that there's no place for this to be stored in the box or on the figure. So just maybe put this in a bag with the rest of your parts that you might have, your accessories for other figures or anything like that. So let's go ahead and get him back into robot mode, and I will give my final thoughts. So first things first, we're going to open these two top panels up like that. Then we're going to take the two tail pieces and just fold them down. And then take these two pieces and slot them out, just straighten out the tail, and go ahead and snap the tail together like so. Next, we're just going to fold these out for the time being. We're going to take the legs and fold them down and out, and fold down les feet. Come on, there you go. Then we're going to come down here. We're going to open this part out first. Then we're going to flip down the chest. And then sometimes you use these as handles and get his neck out. And then there's a little bar here. And there's that little clip there. And you're just going to fold back in the chest. And you'll feel it snap. And then pull these segments down and connect the neck, and then fold out the arms, straighten out the hand, and just fold those to the side. Then we're going to come, that likes to undo, we're going to close those, and then I'm going to come down here to this panel. Sometimes it's easier, especially if you don't have nails like me, to just open it like that and then flip the spikes out. Flip the spikes out, flip these pieces up, flip the tail spikes out, and then come back here, open up that panel, and then fold out all the spikes. Like so. Snap that shut. And then there you go. There you have him. Your Bloodstone back in Les Robot or dinosaur mode. And we can give him his little atomic breath. So yeah, do I recommend this figure? Absolutely. I will probably be getting his other version, Sub-Zero, so that I can have them fight. Let them fight. And all of that. And, yeah, I like them. I like the coloration. I like the translucent red pieces. I like the atomic breath. Just an overall good figure. Definitely give him a thumbs up. Another good offering from 5-2 Toys. So yeah, there is Bloodstone. I am asking you to like, comment, and subscribe. Check out all my links down below for all the places you can find me and support me. And just 2 reminders. There is a poll up right now just to gauge interest and see who all would be able to come to my Halloween live stream, where I will be streaming the PS2 game Nightmare Before Christmas, Oogie's Revenge. And also, just a reminder, I will be attending on November the 2nd. I will be attending the Maryland Toy Expo at the State Fairgrounds in Timonium. So come on down, attempt a conversation with me maybe, and check out some really cool local toy shops and find some really cool vintage toys. So yeah, and until next time, I will... Oh shit, I forgot my own outro for a second. Until next time, growing old is mandatory. Growing up is optional. Be curious, be playful, and above all else, be kind. And I will see you next time.